there. This is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, I'm a little bit scared to do this video because this is the first ever video in my new house. I just bought after over 10 years of renting. And yeah, this is the first ever video, so I'm hoping I've set everything up correctly, the camera's working correctly, the mic is working correctly. And in today's ASMR video, for geography nerds like you and me, I'm going to flick through this lovely book by the Wanderlust Press, which you've seen many times on this channel, and we are going to read a fact from a country on every double page spread, so one country from each double page spread. So to choose from on this first double page spread, I've got all these countries here. Should we do Australia? I pointed at Armenia. We'll do Australia for my many Australian subscribers. Good day. Okay, I hope you enjoy the video. You find it at the very least relaxing, as well as potentially quite informative and interesting. Australia. Capital city, Canberra. That's right, it's not Sydney. Good quiz question that often comes up there. Area, and I keep going on this channel how absolutely huge Australia is. 7 million kilometers squared. I had to check myself. I was like, no, really, 7 million. 2.9 million square miles. Population, however, of only 25.5 million. Highest point, Mount Kosciuszko, 2,620 meters. Official language is English. I'm sure there are some native people's languages that are official as well, though, aren't they? Or is it just English that is the fact? Interesting. I would have thought there'd be quite a few official languages. Okay. Next, we've got these choices. I don't want to be too Eurocentric. Shall I do? He says, and then he chooses a European country. We'll do Belgium, but I'm gonna mindfully not choose a European country every time. Okay, Belgium, the black, I want to say amber rather than yellow and red. Capital city, Brussels. I've been, it was very nice. Area 30,000 kilometers squared, teeny tiny compared to Australia. 11,000 square miles. Population, however, only half of Australia, 11.5 million. Highest point, bearing in mind it's a very flat country, Signal de Botrange, 694 meters. Official language is Dutch, French and German in a small part. Is it where Aachen is? Maybe. And the southern part, plus Brussels in the north, is French, and the north is Dutch, or you can call it Flemish as well, rather than Dutch, because it's a completely different dialect of Dutch. So, Flemish. Well, I immediately saw the Canadian flag and I thought, I've got a lot of subscribers from Canada, like your top 5, I think your top 10. I've also got quite a few from Brazil, so maybe I'll do that in a second. Shall I do them both? Yeah, go on. Break my own rules. Okay, Brazil, capital city Brasilia, not Rio de Janeiro anymore. Area 8.5 million kilometers squared. Obviously one of the largest countries in the world. 3.2 million square miles. Population 212 million. One of the top 10 most populous countries in the world, I think, or close to. Highest point, Pico de Neblina. That sort of translates as the mountain in the clouds. 2,994 meters. Official language is Portuguese. And then Canada, with a maple leaf. Very recognizable flag. Capital city Ottawa. And I always think it's Ontario. Area 9.9 million kilometers squared, 3.8 million square miles. Population 37.7 million. Highest point Mount Logan, 5,959 meters. That is a tall mountain. Wow. Official languages both English and French, Francais. With I think I watched a video. I think it was by ASMR Geographica. So that's her channel. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, there was a really, really good video explaining Canada's political boundaries. As the rain starts to fall on the window outside. Yeah, you should check that out. A really good video, and it explained a couple of things, how depending on the territory or province, sometimes there's another official language. I think, if I was paying attention, it was very sleep-inducing, so I might not have paid attention. Okay, let's do so many to choose from. Which one will I do? I've only done one from Europe so far, so we'll do Denmark. Denmark, capital city Copenhagen, one of my most favourite destinations to visit in the world, so picturesque. Area, excluding the Faroe Islands and Greenland, which would make it, well, Faroe Islands are tiny, but Greenland's massive. 42.9 thousand, so 42,900 kilometers squared, 16,500 square miles. Population 5.7 million, highest point, basically a hill. Mollahöj, should that have a through it? Mollahöj, I want to say Mollahöj. 171 meters. Official languages Danish, Dansk. Let's do. Should we do? Actually, yeah, I want to do one of the Pacific Islands. Fiji, capital city Suva, area 18,000 kilometers squared or 7,000 square miles. Population 896,000. Highest point Tomanivi, 1,324 miles. Meters. Miles. What? Be like at the moon. 1,324 meters. Official languages English, Fijian, and Fiji Hindi. Namaste. Oh gosh, now this is a naughty one because I have got loads of German subscribers, but I've also got quite a lot from France and Finland, so this is a difficult page. Maybe I should pick none of them and go somewhere else instead, so I don't do favoritism. I should do Georgia instead. Georgia. Capital city Tbilisi, area 69.7 thousand kilometers squared, 26,900 square miles. Population of just 3.9 million. Highest point Saqqara, 5,201 meters. Official language is Georgian and Abkhazian. actually, I'll do 2 on this page. Oh no, Italy as well. Again, Italian subscribers in my top 5, I think. Irish, I think they're number 6. So, shall I not do either and I'll do someone else instead? Should we do Indonesia? I've got some Indonesian subscribers. Indonesia, capital city Jakarta, area 1.9 million kilometers squared, 735,000 square miles, population, that's right, 273 million. 273 million. Highest point, Puncak Jaya, 4,884 meters. Official language is Indonesian. So Indonesia is set over a large number of islands, some islands being huge, some being tiny. Some fun facts I've mentioned in other videos about Indonesia. Apart from Bali, Indonesia is predominantly a Muslim, so therefore with that population, it is by far, almost double in fact, the largest Muslim nation, or the Muslim nation with the largest population of any other country in the world. So if you think Egypt has about 90 to 100 million, it says here 102 million, so that is over double. Saudi Arabia's got nowhere near that. Saudi Arabia's only like 20-30 million, I think. As if I'm talking nonsense. 34 million. So yeah, it's like 230 million more in Indonesia. Which means that Indonesia is one of the most populated countries in the world. Indonesian itself is a lingua franca. Many different groups on the different islands speak their own languages, but Indonesian is a sort of, not just a lingua franca, but a mix of all those languages as well. Plus it's in a language continuum with Malay, Bahasa Melayu, from Malaysia, which means that the total number of speakers that could understand each other, if you join with Malaysia, Malaysia's not exactly a small country. Malaysia, I think it's on the previous page. Malaysia, is 32 million. So yeah, there's about, if I do my maths quick, just over 300,000 million. No, 300 million. No, 300,000 million, that's not even a number. 300 million that can speak the sort of joint Indonesian-Malaysian language, which is massive when you think about it. Which again makes it one of the most spoken languages on the planet. Which brings us on to India. Capital city New Delhi, area 3.2 million kilometers squared, 1.2 million square miles, population. This has gone way more than that. This book, the population growth in the last couple of years has been so enormous. This is well out of date. 1.3 billion, but I think it's over 1.4 billion now and growing. Highest point, Kanchenjunga, 8,586 meters. Of course, it's in the area of the tallest point on planet Earth. Official languages English and Hindi. Let's do Jordan. Commiserations, I wanted you to win the football. Jordan, capital city Amman. Area 89,000 kilometers squared, 34,000 square miles, population 10.2 million. Highest point Jabal Ad Dami, 1,854 meters. Official language is Arabic, Al-Arabiya. Yeah, they lost the Asian Cup final against Qatar. And I thought some of the refereeing decisions were wrong. let's do Malaysia then. So Malaysia, capital city Kuala Lumpur, area 300,000 kilometers squared, 127,000 square miles, population 32.3 million, highest point Gunung Kinabalu, 4,095 meters tall, official language is Malaysian. Let's do Mexico. I have a Spanish channel and half of my subscribers are from Mexico alone. Capital city Mexico City. Oh, I think it's called La Ciudad de Mexico. Area 1.9 million kilometers squared, 700,000 square miles, population 128.9 million. Highest point, making it the most populated Spanish-speaking country in the world. Highest point Pico de Orizaba, 5,636 meters. Official language is Spanish and 68 others. All of those indigenous languages. So we got the Netherlands here, we've got New Zealand there, and lots of other interesting countries that we could look at. Norway. Let's do New Zealand. New Zealand, capital city Wellington, area 200,000 kilometers squared, 100,000 square miles, population of 4.8 million, highest point Mount Cook, 3,724 meters, and official language is English and Maori. I've kept this page for some reason. I was doing a series maybe on colours. I've lost what I was doing. Let's do we've got Palestine, we've got Poland. I've got a very large number of Polish. We'll do both. Palestine, capital city Jerusalem, area 6,000 kilometers squared, 2,000 square miles. Population 5.1 million, highest point Mount Nabi Yunis, 1,030 meters. Official language is Arabic. And Poland, the upside down Indonesian flag. Capital city Warsaw, Warszawa, area 300,000 kilometers squared, 120,000 square miles. Population 37 million, highest point Rzyl, 2,499 meters. Official languages Polish, Polski. Okay, let's do Senegal. I haven't done many African countries, I'm sorry. So let's do some. The lovely green star in the middle. Capital city Dakar, area 196,000 kilometers squared, 75,000 square miles. Population 16.7 million, highest point unnamed, only 648 meters. Official languages are French. Oh, official language is French, of course. España. But we're not going to do that, we're going to do South Africa, who did brilliantly in the African Cup of Nations recently, came third. Capital city, shared between Bloemfontein, Cape Town and Pretoria, area 1.2 million kilometers squared, or 471,000 square miles. Population 59.3 million, highest point Mafadi, 3,450 meters. Official language is English and 11 others, including, to my knowledge, Zulu and Xhosa. Okay, so you've got Let's do Turkey. Turkey. Recently renamed from Turkey. Capital city Ankara. Area 700,000 kilometers square, 302,000 square miles. Population 84.3 million. Highest point Mount Ararat, 5,137 meters. Official language, of course, is Turkish, Turkce. Mount Ararat is where it was claimed Noah's Ark ran aground after the big flood, and there have been some investigations to see if they can find it. I remember watching a documentary on it once. People did like scans of the mountain from above to see if they could find her, and they sort of, it was one of those conspiracy ones. Very interesting though. Oh, United Kingdom, USA. I think USA is my #1 source of subscribers, so howdy, and UK is #2. So I'm going to do both, obviously. I was going to say, I'll do Uzbekistan. Okay, United Kingdom, capital city London, area 200,000 kilometers squared, 93,000 square miles, population 67.8 million, highest point Ben Nevis, 1,345, you can see I've been here before. Official languages English and Welsh. In fact, I think I've said this before, I need to fact check it. I think Welsh is the only official language of Britain. I think English is the de facto language. Cymraeg, Welsh. United States, capital city Washington, D.C. District capital, right? I think someone told me that. Area 9.8 million kilometers squared, 3.7 million square miles, so it's kind of big. Population 331 million. Highest point Denali, 6,191 meters. Official language is English. Again, it's a de facto language, I believe, not an actual official language. But I might be wrong on that. You definitely don't have an official religion. It's actually not. I don't think it's stated that it's a Christian country anywhere. Last one. So I haven't done enough African countries, so we're definitely going to do. Let's do Zimbabwe. Very pretty flag, isn't it? Capital city Harare, area 390,000 kilometers squared, 150,000 square miles, population 14.8 million. Highest point Mount Nyangani, 2,592 meters. Official languages English and 16 others. One of them might be Swahili. Well, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Forgive me if I didn't read out facts from your country, but do give me a like and comment on any of the things I was rambling about and clarify them for me. I'd be very grateful. As usual, just to ask you to check out my Patreon, where you get two exclusive videos per month at the moment. I'm hoping to do more later on in the year, and early access to videos on this channel as well. Plus, you help me out buying new stuff. I'm going to get a new camera and a new mic this year to celebrate moving home, and the thing I'm most excited about is I've managed to get the creak out of the table, so when I touch it, it doesn't go anymore, which I'm delighted with. Well, that went well. Didn't get any interruptions that I'm aware of, apart from the train going past, but I think I paused it in time. So that was good. Okay. I hope things go well in the new home for recording videos. Here's the first of many